Alright, shalom, shalom. As always, I want to start these videos by giving all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son for this wisdom and knowledge. That is Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakal Quadash, as well as the salutations upon to the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, whom I learned this truth under and have been laboring, helping younger brothers such as myself understand this 144% doctrine of the Bible. This being titled something to the sort of temporal misery. And I've been making it a focus to meditate, as my YouTube handle is Romans 8:18, spiritual combat. This is a spiritual fight. All right. And when you focus, speaking to myself first and foremost, on how fucked up shit is out here and how things, knowing the scriptures, things are supposed to be run, but under the rulership of the devil, Esau, Edom, you self-proclaimed WHITE people, and you JOOs, you banking families at the top of the world, they then turned everything that should be sweet on in life to hell on earth. All right. And when we, the more time I spend thinking about that, the more miserable and depressing it gets, which is why I really need to focus on this is just a season of the wicked. It's a temporary misery of the wicked in rulership. This is the Lord is using them as an example of how not to be. And I got to keep that at the top of my mind, that this will soon come to pass. All right. We will see the fall of the wicked. But current day, it's our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that are suffering the daily 24/7 oppression under this man's rule. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right. And we being oppressed all damn day. And the more you focus on it, the more depressing it gets. But once again, Esau, Edom, who the Lord set up, the basis of all man to be at the top, his rulership is just but for a season. And we gonna get that in Revelation, the 20th chapter. But speaking further on the misery and oppression that our people are currently in a state of, we praying that the days get sped up, so we can get through this and get to a kingdom of righteousness. All right. A kingdom where we're not at the damn bottom. As the scriptures say, them that are last shall be first, and them that are first shall be last. Well, we can clearly see who's first in this world and who's in dead ass last place. Okay, that's the oppression we're under. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. Deuteronomy 28 verse 29. And then I'll skip down to verse 33. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save thee. All right, and we just only being oppressed. It don't matter. Even if you a millionaire, a so-called billionaire. Look at Bill Cosby. He was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and they still threw that nigga in jail in his 80s. Esau don't give a damn. It speaks on this in this Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, that he shall not regard the old or the young. Esau don't care. He's in rulership, and he will find ways. We are under the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and the riches still ain't going to escape the curses. All right. That's why we're seeking a continuing city, a crown that can't be corrupted. Okay. In the kingdom to come. Deuteronomy 28 verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. All right. So we in the scriptures speak on it in the land of our enemies shall basically the heathen, we shall perish amongst the heathen. All right. And we are in the land of our enemies, this modern day Egypt, this America, which really means bitter. This is a very bitter bondage. Egypt meaning bondage. The true Jews of the Bible are in a very bitter bondage under the rulership of modern day Pharaoh, Esau, Edom. Okay. But the beauty of that, let's go back to Deuteronomy, is that we're starting to see these curses go upon our enemies, these heathen nations. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. We know that's first starting with Esau, Edom, you self-proclaimed WHITE people. But the rest of you heathen nations as well all played a part in a role of us going into several various captivities over time, pursuing Psalms the 83rd chapter. All right, but we seeing Esau, Edom's rulership and his might get weaker and weaker, which is a sign going to 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9, that Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning that followeth. All right, and where we're seeking the kingdom to come badly, because under this guy's rulership, he's not fit to rule. He's the basis of all man. He's in complete enmity of the holy scriptures and anything that's righteous, and he's turning everything that should be sweet and cool on earth into straight hell on earth. Job 9 verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Let's get another one speaking on what happens when the wicked are in rulership. We see this every day. Proverbs 29 verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And it's mainly our people in complete mourning, in poverty, and hell. Okay, and we tired of this shit, but this is the punishment. We are still yet this day in our captivity and paying for the sins of our forefathers. All right, but what done happened to us, that cup, referring to oppression, referring to slavery, referring to a state of hell, a condition, a low condition on earth, that cup that we done had to drink up, you heathen nations for sure are going to drink that up too. And we got to keep the faith that the Lord is going to redeem us. Okay, Hebrews 11 verse 24, speaking on faith. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. All right, and just like how in ancient Egypt, Moses chose to suffer with his people, the Israelites who are at the bottom facing daily oppression. Modern day, we modern day Egypt in America, we are still all 12 tribes in captivity, and we gotta remember that this hell that we're in is just for a season. All right, these heathen nations ruling over us and getting the better of us is just for a season, and it speaks on that as well in Revelation the 20th chapter. Esau, Edom being the modern day Pharaoh, has our people in complete bondage, but that will soon come to pass, and the roles are going to reverse. Revelation 20 at the top. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Verse 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. All right, so that's pursuing after the collapse of the ancient Roman Empire. It was our people, Southern Kingdom, ruling over them, and what he calls the Dark Ages over in Europe. Okay, but during the Renaissance period, Esau then rose back up into power and covered the faces of the judges and put his face as the biblical images. All right, and he's still in that, going back to verse 3, in his let loose a little season, and we're seeing his season come to an end. All right, and we got to have faith that the Lord is going to speed up the days, and we get to actually witness this man's downfall. Baruch 4 verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. Okay, so we are seeking for that day. We can't wait to see the fall of Esau and the rest of these heathen nations that hated us and put us through several captivities and rounds of slavery. All right, we've been put to shame in misery and punishment on this side, but in the kingdom the Lord's gonna reverse that. Zephaniah 3 verse 19. Behold, At that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And us, as especially as Israelite men, have been put to complete shame under the rulership of Esau Edom, as well as the rest of you heathen nations. Okay? Verse 20, at that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and praise among all the people of earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. And we are seeking that day. Truly, we are seeking the day. What's that? Cherish the day. Who's that? Sade. That song's popping in my mind. We are truly seeking to cherish that day where all the afflictions and curses that our people are currently under, and the state of hell and misery that we gotta put up with day by day, gets reversed. And we get to see our enemies drink up that cup of oppression. Okay? And once again, this is my YouTube handle. I need to truly focus on this scripture daily when thinking about, how fucked up things are under the rulership of the wicked right now. Close off on this one. Romans 8 verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Okay? And it speaks on, let's go up to verse 17. And if children, then heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. So Yahweh Shai, his life wasn't happy, sweet, fun time. He had to suffer for all the sins of Israel, okay? And the servant is not greater than his master. So we got to suffer too on this side. But Lord willing, the days get sped up, and we get to witness the downfall of our enemies, which is a beautiful thing to witness. And we get to relax, we get to have rest, and we get to actually enjoy life in earth how it should be run. And in Esau's bitch ass, as long as with the rest of you heathen nations get thrown in chains, and it is your turn to drink up that double cup of slavery and oppression and bloodshed. Okay? Just another reminder that this misery that our people are going through is only a temporal season. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.